So I had some friends that were gracious enough to hook me up with the Legacy Lightsaber from the Galactic Starcruiser. Really interested to see what this thing looks like. So we're going to take a look at it and answer a lot of the questions that you may have next. So recently I had a few friends that went on the Galactic Starcruiser, on the Halcyon, and they were gracious enough to offer me to pick up one of the Legacy lightsabers that is exclusive to the Halcyon. And we got our hands on it. So we're going to take a look at this here in just a few minutes, but before we get to that, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button down in the corner right here. Hit the little notification bell. That way you can help out and support the channel, but also get the latest notifications of when videos like this go live. Also, don't forget, right down here across the bottom, check out those socials. Like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, because that is where I am going to update when the videos are going to go live. Kind of give you a sneak peek as to, and a heads up of when the video is actually going to drop. So, enough with that. Let's go ahead and get on with the review here. Like I said, we got lucky enough to have some friends that went on the Halcyon and picked up the Legacy lightsaber that they offer there. Now, little backstory on the Halcyon, because it is something new. It's something that nobody knew about. It's a new lore, I guess you can say, that was developed by Disney. But the history that Disney has said with the Halcyon is, first off, the ship itself was actually built on Corellia. It was built for the Chandrilla line, their star lines, by Shug Drabor, who was the founder of the Chandrilla Star Lines. Originally, it was used for chartered voyages, so you could charter it to go to different locations and things of that nature. But during the High Republic era, it was called upon to move the Starlight Beacon before it was actually destroyed. Later, leading up to the Clone Wars, it was purchased by the Hutt clan and retrofitted to be a high-end casino style cruise, complete with, to compete with other luxury star lines out there at the time. When the Republic itself fell, the Galactic Empire seized it. They took control of it from the Hutts, and they used it kind of as an officer retreat, in which the majority of the interior was kind of stripped clean, kind of pulled it all out to just make it kind of more simple, I guess. Later on, it was restored to its original design during the New Republic era. And those that booked passage were able to enjoy trips and excursions to Batuu, which is where we're at now. So that's a little back history on what Disney and Star Wars says about the Halcyon. But when you're on the Halcyon, there's so many different things that you can do on there. I have not been able to go on it yet. I'm really looking forward to being able to do that at some time in the future, hopefully. And when I do, I'll definitely give you guys some direct opinions and hopefully some video on that as well. But let's look at the lightsaber. Now, this particular lightsaber was the first one that came in a different colored case. It's the only one that's in black. Now, we do have, of course, the white case lightsabers that they released at May the 4th. The Luminari Undali, which the link to that video will be right up here in the corner, as well as the Asajj Ventress Refocused, which is the version of the Shadow Collective prior to Darth Maul getting his hands on it. Link to that one will also pop up here in the corner for you if you'd like to go watch those reviews. Now, this one is the first one that came in the black case. It definitely is different, and it makes it unique so it stands out from all the other legacy lightsabers that are out there. Now, it does have the nice Chandrilla Starliners logo on the front, with, of course, as usual, the coloration of what the blade will look like. So it is a blue-bladed lightsaber. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. Now, this lightsaber is unique in the fact that you can customize this lightsaber. It's able to be customized by adding one of these little buttons that are on here to the lightsaber itself to be able to put like an alphabetic letter that you want on there from the Arabesh language. Now, they are supposed to be magnetic. I will say, I have played with this lightsaber already. I've gone through every single one of the 26 letters that are here, and out of them, I found at least 6 that would not stick, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so here's the lightsaber itself in the case, and you can see here the way it actually comes in. It's got these plastic covers over top of the letters so that way they stay in place properly. And then you have the lightsaber inside the case. So we're going to go ahead and take the lightsaber out of the case. We're going to slide the case over out of the way for the moment and get the lightsaber here for you. Okay, so here's the lightsaber itself. What you'll notice about it is it has this red button here. That particular button does nothing. Now, if you look at video clips and things like that, and I'll try to put one on the screen here for you, you'll see where when you do the Jedi lightsaber training that you can do on the Halcyon, this is the same lightsaber that they have available that they use on the Halcyon. And it activates with that red button. However, that's not how they set this one up, and I think Disney really blew it on this particular lightsaber, in my opinion, because they put the activation switch, and I'm going to roll it here a little bit because the light on my ring light, let's see if we can't drop the brightness down here some for you. There we go. This is the actual power switch. It's you know, your typical normal rocker switch that they have that they put on there that for some reason Disney has decided to use on 95% of their lightsabers. I think Disney really could have done better by actually having this red button as the activation switch on this lightsaber, to make it more accurate to the way you see it on the Galactic Starcruiser, but they did not do that. So that's one of the big things that I think is a negative, or, you know, looking at pros and cons, a con to this particular lightsaber is that fact that just like when you look at the Rey lightsaber, the yellow blade, how they didn't make the activation switch that rotating wheel, you run into that, you know, that inaccuracy, so to speak. And there's been a lot of inaccuracies for the legacy lightsabers, as we all know. Looking at the rest of it, it's got these nice rubberized grips here that look pretty good. I like the design. It is the brushed aluminum, so it looks nice and neat and clean, something fresh. You do have your cover tech wheel on the side, to be able to hang it on a belt clip if you have a belt clip to use. It does have these nice accent points here on the back where it looks like contacts on there, that give it a nice little bit of characteristics to the back side of it there. But pretty much the rest of it around it's all uniformed on there. You do have your blade plug up here on the end. And you do have a nice angled design on the lightsaber. Your battery compartment is, of course, down here. We'll go ahead and open this up. And you'll hear that there's a lot of noise made on with this particular cap. And that's where that silicone grease that I've been talking about that I'm using comes into play. Link for that will be in the description down below. So you've got some nice volume holes, on there to be able to get some sound through it. I do like how they've put the Chandrilla logo on the bottom of the pommel itself, the battery cover. Really gives it a nice addition to the design on there, making it unique, because it's the only one that actually has a design on the pommel like that. You do have your battery compartment inside. This does take AAA batteries, like the majority of the lightsabers that they've made. And again, as always, I don't recommend leaving batteries in your lightsabers, because leaving batteries inside these, you do run the risk of them leaking unless you are using the lithium batteries that technically guaranteed not to leak. So go ahead and put this back in, get it lined up. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some of my lubrication grease that I've been using. And for anybody that's curious, this is the grease that I'm using. It's a multi-purpose synthetic grease, and just real simple. I've used enough of it, so I kind of got to fold it over here. I just put a little bit along the threads on here, and then just kind of run it around with the fingers. Get it inside the threads real nicely. It gets smeared around and smoothed out whenever you put the pommel cap on. But the one thing I have been doing is, after I've smeared it around, I do give myself a little paper towel and try to clean the excess up that's not actually in the threads, just so I don't have it, all over the metal on there. So we'll clean that up just a bit here, so that way it's not all over the place. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and put the pommel cap back on, and you'll notice it's so much quieter. There's not near as much noise happening with that. So again, this lubrication grease, it runs about $4 on Amazon. Like I said, link will be down below in the description section of the video for you, just in case you do want to get yourself a tube of it. All right, so we've covered where the battery is at, looked at the grip. I do like the black accent here, the black accents here. I think they could have added some additional black accents here on this end, and I'll show you here. There's some lines, channels, grooves, whatever you want to call, around the top area here. I think that would have given it a little bit more characteristic had they done it that way. But that's how the lightsaber itself looks. I think it looks pretty good overall. So let's go ahead and get back here so we can take a look here. So it fits nicely in the hand. I like the way it fits in the hand. It feels comfortable. It's not very heavy, honestly. It's actually pretty light. Just to tell you, I'm gonna grab my little scale here, and so the weight of this lightsaber itself without batteries installed is 14.4 ounces. So this thing's not even a full pound as far as weight goes. Now, once you add the batteries into it, it actually goes up to 15.6. So even with the batteries in, it's technically still lighter than just about every other lightsaber that they've put out there. I think the only thing that is lighter is the Shoto Ahsoka, which is the smaller Ahsoka from the Clone Wars. I believe it's right there, almost exactly the same weight as the Obi-Wan, right there, from Episode 1 that they put out before. So it's a pretty light lightsaber as far as weight goes, much lighter than anything like Rey or some of the other ones that are definitely heavier. Okay, so let's talk about now the little button on here, the customizable portion that Disney talked about. Like I said, these do come in the case. They got these little plastic covers over top of them, and it's got the 26 different letters from the Arabic language. Now, the way these are supposed to work is you're supposed to just be able to put them over top of it, and it stays. It's got a little bit of a magnetic sense to it. When you push it on there, it'll stay. Some of them don't stay as well as others. For instance, trying to use the one that I wanted to use, as you can see, it sticks to my finger. It doesn't stick to the lightsaber. No matter how I twist it or turn it or anything like that, trying to put it the actual direction it's supposed to sit, it will not stay. I've tested, and there's like 6 out of these that will not stay on there. Some of them stay on better than others. So I think Disney should have made those little, because they feel plastic. Honestly, they feel like they're just a piece of plastic. I think they would have been better off if they were more metallic, and this was a stronger magnet, so that way it would grab a hold and hold on to it. Because my biggest concern is if you decided to take this, I mean, even if you're just on the Starcruiser, you decided to take and carry this on your belt, on the Covertech wheel, you're going to lose those. And Disney does not sell these little buttons that you can buy individually, or buy a new set. You have to buy the whole lightsaber to basically replace one if you lose it. So me, myself, this is just going to sit here at the house. It's going to be part of my collection. I'm probably going to leave it displayed in the case, so that way you can see all the letters and everything that are inside the case. Probably put it over here, kind of the way my Skywalker Legacy set and my Temple Guard set is, and hopefully eventually, if Disney will ever release it at Galaxy's Edge, or Batu East, as we call it, I'll get the Ahsoka Legacy set to put over there with the rest of them. Still waiting on that to come out, because it is said it will show up eventually. We shall see. So anyway, let's go ahead and get a blade, and let's see what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and grab our 31-inch Savi's blade, pull our end cap out, our dust cap, and insert our blade in. Now, I will say this particular saber has one of the best sounds that I've heard from a Legacy lightsaber. It doesn't sound like any of the other ones. It has a very powerful and robust sound. I'll show you what that sounds like. I mean, listen to how powerful that sounds. I mean, it sounds like what you would think electricity coming out of something, a Tesla coil or something. I mean, it's very, very strong sounding, powerful. Turn it off. It's got your typical, ignition and deactivation sound. But that powerful, just robust audio sound, it's got to be my personal opinion, one of the strongest sounding ones out there. Now, it does have, some motion sounds. It's still not smooth swing. You sit here and move it like this. but it does seem like it's more sensitive than some of the other ones. Now, it may just be this particular one. So, then you got Clash. So it's got a very strong sound, and it does have that blue blade, which really looks nice. So that is the Halcyon Galactic Starcruiser Legacy Lightsaber. Limited, it's not limited edition, but it is exclusive to the Galactic Starcruiser. Now, if you decided you're going to go on this, be warned, there's only 2 of these allowed per cabin. It's not per person, it's per cabin. So if you've got 4 people in that cabin, you guys are going to have to play sabacc or do something to be able to decide who gets the Legacy Lightsaber if everybody in the cabin so chooses that they want it. Now, if you have some people in the cabin that really don't care, they're not a lightsaber collector, you know, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. But there are only 2 available. They are available that you can pick these up on third-party websites like eBay and stuff like that, but expect to pay a hefty price because of the exclusivity of it. You're going to be paying upwards of probably $350 to $400 on the low end to be able to get one of these. I've seen people literally offering to trade their Ahsoka limited edition sets for these, or vice versa, wanting to trade one of these for one of those sets. So people are spending high dollars for this thing. I mean, you're looking at double to triple the price of retail to pick one of these up on a third-party site. So just be prepared and forewarned. If you're going to go looking for them, they are going to be kind of expensive. So let me know what you think about this lightsaber. Again, leave me comments down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it. If you have it, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's your pros and cons? Things like that. If you're looking to go on the Galactic Starcruiser, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you going to pick one of them up? These are $175 a piece. So they're actually more expensive than any of the other Legacy lightsabers that they've put out, excluding the multiple hilt sets like your Ahsoka's or your limited edition sets. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'd like to know whether or not you plan on getting one. Again, if you like the video, give us a like on the video. Share it if you can with some friends. I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit the little notification bell so that way you get the most up-to-date information as to when these videos go live. Thanks again for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, may the Force be with you.